Hello everyone, welcome to the House Hunting Talk. In today's talk, I will discuss who we are and how you should go about your search for house hunting for the next academic year and the things that you need to be aware. First of all, I want to tell you about MSH, that the department I work for, so you have a bit of information about who we are and uh, why you may need our help. So, what is MSH? Manchester Student Homes, or we are a collaborative initiative jointly owned and managed by the University of Manchester and Manchester Metropolitan University. So we also partners with USAN and Spirit Studios. So we are a not-for-profit organization. We are aimed at provide positive housing experience for our students. And also, very importantly, we run a landlord accreditation scheme. So that the landlord join our scheme, they committed to our code of standards and ensure the standard of their service to be provided to our students. We also have a website www.manchesterstudenthomes.com. It is a web-based platform for students to use for finding your student accommodation. The search engine on our website only showed with our listed accredited accommodation providers and landlords. We have also some other resources for your reference, including the housing information, very commonly asked housing issues, and also with some community information. So through our search engine, you can search your ideal property through different filters. For example, you can see from the slide, you can search from the size of the property. You can choose your favorite types of property, like maybe you want a private hall, maybe you want a share house in different areas. Um, so that meet with your requirements and save from your time of searching. So please also note that under every searching result, there are different level of accreditation of our landlords. Basically, it can be divided by the A1. The A is basically accredited landlord, and the second one is the A plus accredited landlord. Refers to a higher standard of accreditation. We also have three sets of landlord accreditation schemes. The first one is for the landlords, HMO landlord. The second one is for larger student schemes providers, which means the PBSAs, the purposely built student accommodations, or the private halls. And the third one is for accredited letting agent or the management agents. We also have a recognition of our accredited landlord to be international friendly standard. But please note that not every of our accredited landlords they are with the international friendly standard. But if you can find the logos in our slides, that they are international friendly standard um, with this badge under their property, that means they will not ask for the upfront rent. They will recognize if you provide international guarantors. They also committed to provide simplified and fair booking procedures. They also committed to provide a fair and easy to understand contracts. And also they committed to assist your orientation at check-in. That means they provide with some guidelines and information about the city and also like the shops, the facilities surrounding the property, so they're easier for you to fit in the community during your stay at the property. Our service we We offer the welfare guidance and advice for our students who are renting in the private sector. We provide free contract checking before you sign to the contract, which I think is a very important service. Before you sign to the contract, make sure there's a third party to help you to review the terms and clause of the tenancy contract. We also offer professional housing information, advice, and guidance to our students. So during your stay in the property, if you have any issues with the landlord or the management agent, please come to us. We can provide you with some guidance and support as well. So specifically, we can assist you in defining a trusted accommodation or what we call the accredited accommodation. We can give you some opinions if you're dealing with the landlord about the repairs and maintenance to the property. We can help you to identify if there's some behavior probably problematic by the landlord or the management agent. We can help you to identify with the unfair contractual terms in the tenancy contract. We also concern with your health and safety issues during your stay at the property. At the end of the tenancy, it's very important to help you to get the deposit back. So please note that our service is totally free of charge. We provide impartial services to all of our students. All of you are very welcome to ask for some guidance and information. And also, what you have told us will be totally confidential. So during the tenancy, we offer some free advice service for all of our students. So if your landlord is accredited with us, we can help you to we can involve in the case. So to help you on behalf of you to communicate with our accredited landlord to provide a resolution. So also with some cases, even the property is not accredited with us. In some very serious cases, we can also refer it to the City Council, as the City Council has the legal powers to make sure the rental properties are safe and secure. After the introduction of our services, I would like to explain to you some principles or very main concepts about the tenancy contract. So currently, the most common contract type is called assured short-hold tenancy contracts. That means it's a fixed term contract. The tenants, they will be financially obligated during the fixed term of the contract. So, but after the enact of the renters' right bill, the situation will be different. So please bear in mind, if you're going to sign a contract, before you sign to it, please bring or send us a copy of your tenancy contract so that we can provide further guidance and support as well. It's especially for the next year is expected the new renters right bill will be enacted. So it's very important for us to help you in checking with the tenancy contract and what is the potential changes to the tenancy structure if the new regulation enacted. But although there may be a fundamental change of the tenure of the tenancy, so but it can be mainly divided by two types of contract. The first one is the joint contract. If you signed the contract with your housemate or flatmates as a group, so it will be a joint contract. That means you'll be jointly and severally liable to the tenant's obligations. And in other words, of course, if you sign the tenancy contract with your own, that means this is an individual contract, and you'll be solely liable to the tenancy terms and conditions. Another issue is about the tenant fees. Apart from the rent payment, there are also some extra charges from by the management agent or the landlord. So, but some of them they're actually prohibited by the Tenant Fee Act 2019. So basically, the landlord or the management agent can only charge you from the rent payment, the deposit, security deposit, but the security deposit can only up to an equivalent of 5 weeks rent. There's a point to note the calculation of the 5 weeks rent. If you're not sure whether the calculation of the deposits is correct, please come to us. We can help you to carry out a simple calculation. But basically, it should be if your rent price is the interval of your rent payment is calculated by per month. That means it's a monthly price. The 5 weeks rent should be times 12 months divided by 52 weeks and times 5 weeks and get the maximum amount of your deposit. The same equation can be also applied to the calculation of the third item, which is the holding fee. The holding fee is quite commonly introduced by the management agent or the private landlord. If they wish to ask you to confirm with the tenancy, like preliminary before signing the tenancy contract, they'll ask for a holding fee. But please note that the holding fee should be refundable if you go ahead with the tenancy contract signature. So it should be refundable. It shouldn't be a charge. So also, if you during your stay in the contract, if you want to have a change of your tenancy, usually is the change of the name of the tenant. For example, like if you sign a contract of 12 months, at the 6th month, maybe you have a chance to another country study overseas for the second semester as an exchange student. That means you can't complete with the remaining 6 month contract. You need to find someone to take over your tenancy contract. So a legal charges for this should be usually capped at £50. So if you have a change of the tenant and if the landlord or the management agent charge you more than £50, there may be in a breach of the current regulation. If you're faced with this situation, please come to us. We can provide further guidance and support as well. Um, Also, there may be some interest if you have some late rent payment. So usually, the interest rate will be stated on the tenancy contract. So please keep an eye on the tenancy terms and conditions before you sign to it. So also, if you lost the key of the property or you lost like the key or some if you have broken some appliances in the property, so that means you'll be liable to pay for the cost. So usually this kind of cost should be reasonable and based on the cost of the landlord they pay to repair to reinstate the status they provided to you. So it should be reasonable. So if you think the situation is unfair to you, please come to us. We can provide further assistance. Yes, for this part, we have talked about the deposit. So, yes, it can be calculated and should be kept at 5 weeks rent. And also, your deposit should be protected by a government approved deposit protection scheme. So make sure there, because now there are free government approved deposit protection scheme. Make sure on your tenancy contract, your landlord or the management agent, they have provide with the name of the protection scheme. And also, you should get a receipt or certificate with a unique reference number. That means refers to prove that your deposit has been protected by the deposit protection scheme. For the energy and utilities, usually the bills, some of the landlord they offer the inclusive with the rent payment, or some of them they will offer a lower price but exclude with the bills and utilities. So, but even if the landlord offer and you accepted a rental price with inclusive with the utility bills, you should note that there usually a cap of the consumption of utilities. Otherwise, if you consume extra or exceed the cap, you'll be liable to pay for the extra charges. The next part is about our city surrounding the campus, of course. The first area is the city center. It's just a walking distance from our city center campuses. But of course, it's more expensive. They're mainly purposely built student accommodation. There are no street housing, on-street housing. They are also known as the private halls. They are usually more expensive, but the advantage is they're all inclusive. You don't need to worry about the utility payments. Don't need to manage with the bills, and they provide with individual contracts. You don't need to have a group contract with the with your flatmates or housemates. So the second area is the Victoria Park. So it's also walking distance from the city center and from they're from MMU and UOM's main campus. It's a bit quieter, feels more residential. It tend to get a bit more for your money than you do in Fallowfield. The third area is called the Rush Homes. It's just a short bus ride to the city center. They are this area is with dense blocks of small terrace houses. Uh, uh, in average is more affordable area for most of the students. So you can if you're careful enough, you find it earlier, you can find some really good quality and very affordable houses. And then the next area is the Fallowfield. Uh, so many of you will know that because it's surrounding the area surrounding our Fallowfield campus is the most popular student area where most properties are located. Many of the properties in the areas they are actually the student accommodations, student housings. It's just a short bus ride to the city center, but it tend to pay the bit. We call it the Fallowfield premium in rent. So yeah, but definitely is a very popular choice for you to choose. And the next one is the Whiffington area. It's a bit further far from the Fallowfield. It's a suburban area that is a little further along the bus route from Fallowfield. Uh, it's not like the Fallowfield. Whiffington is more like a mixture of student and local residents in the area. So usually you will find the houses provided in Whiffington for students. They will be more with more space, probably with a bigger gardens, better value for money. But of course, it's longer. Like if you take a bus, ride a bus to the campus or to the city center, is a bit far away. But for me, I would say it's still acceptable distance. But of course, you need to view the property before you make the decision. Then you will have some idea for the house hunting. So far we have talked so many about the housing. So there's one more thing. There's one more thing rather than housing that MSH can provide is with our Good Neighbors team. So, on behalf of our department, I would like to thank you. And if you find housing in the student accommodation, welcome to the community. So we also committed to integrate our students into the community during your stays. So therefore, in our department, we also have colleagues in the Good Neighbors team. They collaborate with different universities, the city council, the GMP, the Greater Manchester Police, to address the off-campus management and communication issues and matters. So we are aimed at promoting the positive impact of students while responding to the community challenges. So you can see the contact information below. Please come to us if you find any issues, if you want to have any inquiries, like very common issues like the noise issues or like the waste management issues. Please come to our team members and we can give you further advice and support as well. Please also note we have a port at the Students' Union building of UMSU. This is our contact number, our email addresses, and also very importantly, when you start your house hunting journey, please come to our website first. We have all these accredited landlords and properties. But of course, you are free to find the other properties from other online platforms or property agents. But just please note that if you have any of these property feel interested, before don't rush in before you sign to the contract. Give us a copy. We can carry out the contract checking for you. Is very important.